Yo, Vicky! Today's the day my work transfer finally ends. It's gonna suck so bad leaving you behind here. I never expected to meet anyone while I was out here, let alone us ending up pretty much living together. Life can surprise you like that sometimes, huh?
Tyrone, I'm gonna be lonely without you too, baby. Do you really have to go back to live with your wife? I know she's waiting for you, but I'd rather keep you all to myself.
Unfortunately, babe, yes I do. My boss told me I'd only be staying here for a year. And they want me back at HQ tomorrow, so there really ain't much I can do about it.
I see. I doubt we'll be able to see each other much once you go home. We will still be able to see each other sometimes, won't we, sweetie pie?
Listen, babe, it sucks for me too. But to tell you the absolute truth, I honestly don't know. If my work transfer ended up getting extended, my wife said she planned on selling the house in Wyoming and moving up here to live with me.
I see. Well, that reminds me, didn't you say your wife is a pharmacist? This is just a hunch, but I bet she wouldn't have to look very hard to find a job up here. The thing is, if she came here, we really would never be able to see each other. We'd constantly be tiptoeing around, worried about being found out.
Right, that's why I think it's best I just go home and carry on playing happy families just like normal. At least for the time being. Don't get me wrong, babe, it completely sucks that we're not going to be able to see each other, but we need to think carefully about how we play this and not do anything rash.
You're right. I can't argue with that.
Don't worry, Vicky. My heart's set on you and ain't nothing gonna change that. I know it's not gonna be easy for us to be apart, but I want you to believe in me. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. I'm waiting for you, Tyrone. Hi, Tyrone, are you there? You're supposed to be getting back soon, right? Did your train leave on time?
Oh, it's you. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, I'm on the train as we speak. There were some delays early on. Apparently some suicidal lunatic jumped out onto the tracks and, well, yeah. Also, I'm gonna stop off at Company HQ to see Chris and the boss before heading home.
Damn, that's gruesome. I always wonder why suicidal folk do that. Like, could they not do it somewhere that doesn't mess with everyone's schedules and traumatize the train driver? Alright, no problem. I can't believe the day has finally come. You were up in Michigan a whole year. How crazy is that? I know we've been doing lots of video calls, but is it weird I feel kind of nervous about seeing you again? I thought you'd at least come back for birthdays and Christmas, but I guess that turned out to be a little difficult for you.
You're really gonna drag this up again? What's your point?
I'm not trying to drag anything up. I guess it just hit me how busy you actually were when you decided not to come back for special occasions like you said you would. You were even too worn out for me to fly over to you, even though I would have been happy to. You specifically told me not to come because you weren't feeling up to it, right? You really must have been seriously busy this last year. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I find your work ethic really admirable, Tyrone.
Yeah, I guess I have been busy. Thanks.
Okay, well, be careful on the way home, sweetie. I'll see you soon. Tyrone, my delightful, precious sugar dumpling. I can't take the loneliness. I need you here in my arms.
Vicky, my sweet treacle muffin, my sugary pumpkin pie, my darling angel, my dearest love. The ache of loneliness weighs upon my heart like 1,000 burdensome clouds, casting shadows upon the tender garden of my soul. If only I knew how good we had it when I was up there for my work transfer. Who would have thought having a home to go back to could feel so painful and lonely? I might be in this house with my wife, but you're the only one that's on my mind.
Tyrone, that's it. I've made my decision.
What decision?
I'm gonna move to Wyoming so I can be close to you.
You're gonna do what now?
Don't worry. Of course I'll choose where I move wisely so as not to arouse any suspicion from your wife. I just want to be near you, baby. That's all. I know this might sound sudden, but actually, it's been on my mind for a little while. I promise I'll take in your opinion and do it as cautiously as possible. Luckily, I work from home as a freelancer. I figure what's the point in having such a flexible job if I'm not going to use it to be with the most special man in the whole wide world?
Vicky, you do that? For me?
I'd walk to the ends of the earth and back for you, my snugglebug cupcake. I love you.
I love you, my cuddle bunny boo.
Hey, Tyrone. Turns out I'm going to be doing a spot of overtime today. Sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make your supper. There are some leftover cheesy potatoes in the fridge, or you could make something yourself. Or maybe even get takeout if you're not feeling up to it. Hey, what's with you? I can see you read my messages. You could at least say okay or react in some way. Why are you ignoring me? You've always had a tendency to ignore me when you get in a mood about something. Sometimes you even ignore me for 1 or 2 days at a time. Hasn't it been going on a little too long this time? You've been ignoring me ever since you got back from Michigan. It's been a whole month now. Like, are you seriously doing this? You are aware of what you're doing, right? I know there's no way you're not. I haven't heard a single word out of you since you walked through the front door. Not even a "honey, I'm home," not to mention completely blanking my messages. I have absolutely no idea what I've done to upset you this time. If I've done something wrong, then tell me and let's talk it through. It's not like I'm not willing to admit fault if I did something, but it's impossible for me to know if you don't say anything. Can't you at least explain what's wrong?
Aha, my strategy's working.
Ooh, what strategy? Tell me.
My strategy to mentally and emotionally exhaust my wife by flat out ignoring her. The plan is to drive her to the breaking point until she gets so sick of it all, she divorces me.
You are absolutely devilish, Tyrone. The things we do for love. It sounds like it's going well.
Yup. Everything is going according to plan. It looks like the soul-crushing sense of guilt is already starting to torment her.
Good. That's what she gets for stealing my man from me. I don't think we're doing anything bad. Our happiness is what comes first, after all, right?
If we're gonna frame it in terms of right and wrong, my wife's definitely the one in the wrong for not divorcing me earlier and forcing me to resort to strategies to make her hurry up and take the hint. When you think about it, she's kind of like the final boss in the way of our love.
You're right.
It's going to take a little bit longer to get rid of her for good, but this is where our patience counts more than ever. The finish line's in sight, baby, so let's play this as safe as we possibly can.
Sure thing, baby. You're my heartthrob, and I'd do anything for you. Oh, that reminds me. It looks like I'm going to be able to move over to Wyoming at the beginning of next month.
Ah, nice. You work fast.
Well, I don't know about that. It did take me a whole month to decide on the place, but I figured since me and you are going to end up living together there soon enough, I had to make sure it was nice. Want to know a little secret? I ordered us the biggest, most luxurious double bed money can buy. I can't wait for you to ravage me on it, stud muffin.
Stop it, babe. You're gonna get me all excited. I'm gonna make sweet, tender love to you like you've never been loved before when I finally see you again. My sexy little munchkin.
Calm down, stallion. It's still too early.
I can't take it anymore. Are you free to meet up this weekend?
Huh?
I'll be going into work on my day off this Saturday. I have a meeting with a customer a little out of town, which means I'll be driving for a while. How about me and you arrange a little rendezvous while I'm at it? By my calculations, I'll have 2 hours before I need to get back. What do you say, Vicky? How about a little secret encounter?
Oh my, Tyrone, you're terrible. Say no more. I'll be waiting for you, Daddy. Tyrone, will you be late home again today? You know what? I don't even know why I bother asking. You're clearly just going to keep ignoring me. I did hear you were expecting a lot of overtime for the first month or two after you got back from your work transfer in Michigan. But I hardly even see you at home these days. I don't know if it's because you're intentionally coming home after you know I'll be asleep to avoid me, but this isn't normal. I barely ever see you. You flat out blank me on the rare occasion that I do, and you completely ignore all of my messages. If you hate me that much, how about you say it to my face instead of escaping like a spineless little weasel? I am beyond sick of this, Tyrone. I won't put up with it for much longer. I have some things to take care of at my mom and dad's place, so I'll be staying there tonight. Goodbye.
Hey there, my cuddly little cupcake.
Hey, Tyrone. You finished with your overtime now?
Yep, all done. I'm on my way to you as we speak.
I just finished work, too.
Oh, by the way, do you mind if I stay over at your place tonight?
Don't be silly, baby. You know you're always welcome here. But what about your wife?
She said something about staying over at her parents' place tonight, so she won't be around at the house to know I'm not home.
Wow, really?
That's why you're all mine tonight. I hope you're ready, because you're barely going to be able to walk by the time I'm done with ya, pumpkin pie.
Oh, baby, that's music to my ears. I'm gonna jump in the shower. I'll be waiting on the bed for you in my special bunny lingerie when you get here, my rugged love muffin.
I'm sprinting over to your place so fast they're gonna start calling me Usain Bolt.
So her name is Vicky, is it? A freelance manga translator on a middling income. You met her when you were living in Michigan for work. She was your next-door neighbor in the apartment block your company had you stay in. Apparently you were pretty much living together by the time you had to come back here. And now, apparently unaware to bear being apart from you, Vicky moved here to Wyoming in a little apartment near Bakewell Station, which is where your trysts now exclusively take place, including the one you're having right now.
Huh? Wait a sec, what the?
The reason you've been flat out ignoring me for so long was because it was a strategy to push me to my emotional breaking point until I got so exhausted with it all, I felt like I had no choice but to divorce you. That's what you're waiting for, isn't it? I think that just about summarizes the situation, right? Did I miss anything?
Sarah?
I guess you were trying to avoid having to pay me compensation?
I ain't got no heckin' idea what you're talking about. Sure, I think maybe I do remember there being a Vicky next door back in Michigan, but we didn't have anything to do with each other beyond being neighbors, and we sure as hell don't see each other now.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I forgot to tell you this, what with being constantly ignored all the time, but I got transferred to the pharmacy by Bakewell Station about a month ago.
Huh?
It turns out I can see the road that leads to Vicky's apartment through the front window.
You can?
When I first saw you together, I thought maybe she was one of your clients because I know you often do the rounds away from the office, but by the third or fourth sighting, I knew something fishy was going on. Then one day, when my mind was full of doubts, I saw the two of you walking by just as I was getting off work. So I decided to go ninja mode and follow you.
You followed us?
That was when I saw you going into her apartment together. I don't think I've ever seen you go inside a front door that fast in my life. Looking forward to something, were you?
That
was about a month and a half ago. I was pretty damn certain you were cheating on me by that point. But after speaking to my parents and brother, they recommended I gathered incontrovertible proof of what you were doing before confronting you. And that's when I decided to hire a private investigator who specializes in catching cheaters.
You hired a frickin' private investigator?
Everything I just sent you was from the investigation results report. Turns out he's very good at his job.
Oh my god. Hey, this isn't fair. I did my best to come up with a way we could divorce smoothly and painlessly, goddammit. You hired a freaking professional? I can't believe you.
Isn't it normal to hire a private investigator when you suspect your husband of cheating on you? Evidence is important, and I wasn't about to risk letting you know I knew by trying to tail you myself. Anyway, divorce smoothly and painlessly? What the hell's that supposed to mean? Don't act like you cared about not hurting me. This was nothing but a ploy to get me to divorce you while hiding your affair to get out of paying me compensation.
Well, I...
Whatever. It doesn't matter now. So if I were you, I wouldn't even bother wasting the effort it takes to try and worm your way out of it. We're getting a divorce, and that's that.
What?
By the way, have you noticed yet? Today marks the 3rd month of you flat out ignoring me.
Wow. 3 months?
I guess you got so wrapped up in your affair, you totally lost track of time. Anyway, don't worry, because you finally got your wish. I'm divorcing you.
Hang on a sec here, Sarah, please.
I already moved back in with my parents.
Whoa, say what now? This is all happening too fast.
Is that so? I didn't exactly move yesterday, Tyrone. I had all my stuff moved from the house when I found out you were cheating on me a month ago. I haven't been there for ages now.
Huh? Your stuff is gone?
Were you so absorbed in your affair you didn't notice half of the rooms in our house were empty?
No, well...
Whatever, it really doesn't matter anymore. Goodbye forever.
What the fuck? Wait a sec! Holy hell, am I really this screwed?
Tyrone! What is happening? What's this weird envelope that showed up in my mailbox? I thought it must be a case of mistaken identity, but when I opened it, it said I have to pay a frickin' compensation?
Vicky, it's my wife. She found out about us. She knows everything.
What? How?
She told me she saw us going into your apartment a month ago. You know, not long after you moved in there. God damn it, I'm so screwed.
You're screwed? No, I'm screwed. But wait a second, how is this possible? We were so careful. We picked the place by Bakewell Station intentionally because it was so far away from anywhere your wife goes. We literally couldn't have been more careful. How could she possibly know? And this quickly? Something doesn't add up here. Explain.
You know my wife's a pharmacist, right? Well, she got transferred to the pharmacy by Bakewell Station recently.
Huh?
Apparently she saw us because the road that leads to your apartment is right in front of the front window of the pharmacy. She had a full view of us walking by together every time. That's what she told me just now.
Oh my god! You better be freaking joking me, Tyrone. If this isn't all some kind of weird prank, I am seriously gonna lose my head. Do you have any idea how much money I spent to move here to be with you? I am flat out broke now. There is no way I can afford to pay compensation.
But, think about it, baby. It's not so bad. Sure, we might end up having to pay her a little something, but at least she's finally divorcing me now. This is what we've been waiting for all along, right? Surely the compensation is a small price to pay for our love.
That having to pay her a little something is exactly what we were so careful to try and avoid all this time, you doofus. And it's not a small price. She's demanding a frickin' arm and a leg here.
Hey, don't call me that. I mean, sure, things didn't exactly go as we planned, but at least we still have each other, right?
We're finished.
What?
I said we're finished. Me and you are through, so you can pay my share of the compensation.
What the hell? Are you being serious right now? You're just gonna dodge responsibility the moment things get tough?
We're not together anymore, so I don't have any responsibility to you.
No, we're not finished.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not!
I am absolutely not paying a single cent of this goddamn compensation, you low-life jerk. As our two former lovers were locked in a bitter feud, both of their parents paid me their share of the compensation in a lump sum on their behalves, promising to make their wayward children pay them it all back. With that, I filed the divorce papers and things finally calmed down. It felt great to finally wash my hands of the waste of space known as Tyrone, whom I allowed to steal so many years of my life, and I breathed a sigh of relief knowing I'd never have to deal with him ever again. From that point onwards, nothing that happened to him was my problem. Amazingly, I found out later on that his ex-lover Vicky got fired from her job. I guess it's only natural her boss was a little pissed off when he found out she'd been using their company car for her secret trysts with my ex-husband. Word is it was the stains on the back seat that gave them away. Last I hear, they're both working several part-time jobs to come up with the crazy amounts of debt they owe their parents. As for Vicky, she got so absorbed in the affair that she started neglecting her freelance work, which meant her income took a massive hit. Still, that doesn't change the fact that she had to pay her parents back. Feeling lost and desperate, she felt she had no choice but to turn to nighttime work. Apparently these days, she spends her evenings on street corners waiting for seedy old men to pick her up. Thanks for watching, folks! We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to help the channel out by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Felicity, I just got to the hotel. It's surprisingly nice for a place that work prepared for me.
Did you have to go tonight? You could have gone in the morning. I'm sad that you're gone, Keaton.
But the meeting's early tomorrow. If I oversleep or get lost, I'd be late. It's safer to stay the night, instead of rushing there in the morning.
I get that, but I feel lonely being alone for the night. It's sad to have a double bed to yourself.
I get that, but you gotta understand, this is my job. You're a mother now, but you're still craving affection, as always.
That doesn't matter. Being a mother doesn't change my personal needs.
If you're so lonely, why don't you sleep together with Sana? Your daughter should be able to ease your loneliness a little.
But she's always such a crazy sleeper. She'll take my covers. And when she's sleeping, she kicks. Pretty hard, too.
That's true. Sleeping together with Sana is pretty dangerous. She's 10 now, so she's getting stronger. I took a nap next to her the other day, and she punched me in the face.
I'll just suck it up and sleep alone. Just come home as soon as you can, okay? You'll be back in a week at most, right?
Yeah. Let me know if anything happens.
Will you come back if anything does happen?
Of course.
Yay.
It'll be around a 4-hour drive. But if you need me, don't hesitate to contact me. Just be a good girl while I'm gone.
Don't treat me like a kid. You don't need to tell me, I'll be good.
That's great. This week is Sana's open house at school, right?
Yup, I'm looking forward to it.
I wanted to see how she's doing at school firsthand, too. I wish this business trip didn't clash with the open house.
It can't be helped if it's for work. Just leave it to me. I'll go see how she's doing at school on your behalf.
I'm glad. Then I'll leave it to you.
Oh, I'd better go buy new clothes for the open house. If I'm not dressed right, I'll embarrass Sana. Oh, I need to go to the salon, too.
Looks like you're really getting into this. But is it really the kind of occasion that needs new clothes?
I need to put in effort for any school event that involves parents. I could end up making Sana feel ashamed of me based on what I wear. So I'd better prepare properly.
I see. Then I'll leave everything to do with the open house to you.
You can count on me. I'll let you know how it goes. Have a good business trip, Keaton. Hi, Dad. You must be still asleep, sorry.
What's up? It's still so early. It's a bit early for school. Why don't you sleep a little more?
Mom's not home yet. What should I do? I'm sick of being home alone.
Not home yet? Mom went out somewhere?
2 days ago. She said she was going out, but she hasn't been back since.
2 days ago? Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm sorry.
Well, she might have gotten into an accident wherever she went to. It's weird for her to not come home after so long.
but Mom said she'd be gone for around 2 days.
Huh? Wow. Really? Mom really said that?
She did. But it's almost 3 days now, so I texted you, Dad.
Wait a sec. Where did Mom say she was going?
I don't know. She dressed up nice and took a big bag with her, so probably a vacation or something?
She left you and went on vacation? Are you serious?
Since you've been away on business, Mom's been out all the time. She's not home much, so I've been alone most of the time.
I can't believe Mom was doing this behind my back.
Mom told me not to tell you about her being out so often. She said she was going to punish me if I speak.
What kind of punishment? She didn't hit you, did she?
Yeah, she hits me with a belt.
Oh, no. Has she punished you like that before?
Lots of times. If I'm not a good girl, Mom punishes me while you're gone. She said not to tell you about her vacation either. She warned me that if I told you, I'd be separated from you, and I'd never see you again. Is it true that I can't see you anymore because I told you?
Not at all. Don't worry. We won't have to live separately. I'll always be by your side, Sana.
Today's open house at school. Mom's probably not coming, is she?
Oh, that's right. Today is open house. Then I'll go.
But you're working, right? You can't come home until you're finished with work, can you?
The most important work was already finished yesterday. I can leave the rest to other people, so I'll come home. What time do I need to be there for the open house?
5th period, after lunch.
I should just be able to make it. I'll get there as soon as I can, so just hop on the bus and go to school as normal. Got it?
Okay. I have a presentation today at open house. I worked hard on it, so make sure you watch it, Dad.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it.
I was actually going to listen to Mom and not tell you about her being gone.
Right.
But yesterday night, when I was preparing for my presentation, I got sad. I felt bad that even if I prepare, you and Mom wouldn't be there to hear my presentation. I couldn't hold it in anymore, so I told you everything, Dad. I'm sorry.
I see now. You don't need to apologize for a thing, Sana. You did nothing wrong. I'm the one who should be apologizing for not noticing what you were going through earlier. I'll be there for your presentation.
Yeah, I'll be waiting at school. It's a promise. Hope you had a good day at work. I just came back from Sana's open house. Oh, she was listening intently to the teacher, and she put her hand up to answer questions. That's our daughter for you. Oh, I wish you could have come to open house, too.
I did go, though.
Huh?
Well, what do you know? I wish you could have come to open house, too. It was pretty good.
What do you mean?
I heard the situation from Sana. I left my business trip early to go to the open house. You're still on vacation, right? Where are you?
What are you talking about? I wouldn't leave our 10-year-old daughter to go on vacation. What did Sana tell you exactly?
You're right. Normal people wouldn't do such a thing. But the fact is that you have. If I'm wrong, let's Skype. Show me where you are right now.
Oh, I can't. My battery's about to go.
Then you admit your guilt?
No, you've got this wrong.
It's suspicious that you're not trying to prove me wrong after being accused like this. So you can't prove me wrong, can you? I know already, so you can't excuse yourself out of this one.
Fine. Why did Sana have to blab about everything? It's all gone wrong because of her.
Don't make this Sana's fault. She was afraid of you getting back at her if she told me, but she still did. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing what you put her through all this time.
What did I put her through then? What is it that you think I did?
While I was away on business, you left Sana to go out and have fun, didn't you? I heard from her that you regularly hit her with a belt as well. I confirmed this by checking the bruises on her body.
Well, those were just bruises. They'll heal. I had to discipline her because she wouldn't listen to me.
This was clearly way beyond just disciplining. It was all parts of her body hidden by clothes, too. Nobody noticed the bruises on her body all this time. She must have suffered so much, poor thing. And on top of that, you left a kid alone at home for 3 days? What is wrong with you?
Oh, I had to go on this vacation. I couldn't refuse because I got invited by a high school friend I hadn't seen in ages. I wasn't sure when we could meet next if we missed this opportunity. Sana's at the age where she can stay at home alone.
So you thought you would leave her for 3 days? And how do you explain the open house? You said I could count on you for that so many times. You told Sana to pretend that you did go, didn't you? What a dirty trick.
But my friend invited me. Oh, I really wanted to go.
Those weren't the only things that shocked me. There's one more thing Sana told me.
One more thing?
The kids all did a presentation for open house. Sana's one was a masterpiece.
Huh? What do you mean?
The title was My Mother.
She spoke about me?
She said about how you hit her with a belt when you're in a bad mood. Also that you left her to go on vacation. She spoke in a great deal of detail about what kind of person you truly are.
What? She spoke about things like that? In front of everyone?
And another thing. In the presentation, she said that you were having an affair. This vacation of yours is with your affair partner, isn't it?
Sana's just making up stories. I'm not having an affair. I always tell you that I only have eyes for you, Keaton. I told you how sad I was about you leaving for your business trip.
Now I can see that all that was an act. You were just playing the good wife so you wouldn't get caught in your affair. I've been told you even brought another man into the house when Sana was around. Of course, with threats to punish her if she told anyone.
Did she say that in her presentation too?
Shall I tell you how the people in the classroom reacted when Sana gave her presentation? It went dead silent in there. Some parents were even crying. I almost cried too, from the shock and the humiliation. I didn't think that my beloved wife was also cheating on me. Everything I learned today overwhelmed me. If another student's dad didn't rub my back, I would have cried for sure.
I can't believe she spoke about our family affairs publicly. That's awful.
You're the one who's awful here. After Sana finished her presentation, the whole classroom broke out into loud applause. I thought some kids might be mean to her about her mother having an affair, but you could feel the whole class support for her. On the other hand, they all realized that you're the worst, Felicity.
No way. A lot of her classmates are our neighbors. Oh, they're going to be so cold to me from now on. How can I even live in the neighborhood from now on?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. You can't live here from now on anyway.
Why not?
You're going to have to leave the house. I can't live with a wife who hurts my daughter.
Don't decide that for yourself. What about my wishes?
Don't think that I'll take your wishes into account anymore. I'm prepared to fight you tooth and nail after talking to CPS and hiring a lawyer. I'll be fighting for 100% custody, child support, and I'll even sue you for emotional damages. You'd better prepare yourself.
But we were such a good couple that others envied us. Oh, let's not argue, come on.
All that was built on a lie, though. You were doing so much behind my back. Anyway, this isn't an argument. It's a legalized negotiation. But one where you don't have a single bit of leverage over me. How was school, Sana?
Everyone was gentler to me than usual. The principal came to see me and said that I can talk to her about my problems anytime.
Right. I'm glad everyone at school is so kind.
Is Mom still not coming home? I wonder where she is.
She probably can't come home because she's scared of me. I'm so mad at Mom at the moment.
I wonder if she went to Grandma and Grandpa's house.
She probably did. Maybe she thought that if it's her own mom and dad, they'll help her.
But I did make Grandpa promise. If Mom visits, he should tell her off and make her feel bad. Grandpa said that he could count on me for that.
I did tell Grandpa everything that Mom did. He was really angry with Mom, so I think he'll keep his promise with you.
Mom's really in trouble with Grandpa now.
I guess so. Sana, are you alright without Mom around?
Yeah. Because she won't lie to you or hit me anymore.
Right. I'm sorry I didn't notice all of this sooner.
I'm sorry for lying all this time too, Dad.
Don't worry about that. You should come home early, because I'm making your favorite tonight. Chicken and fries.
Really? Yay! Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
I was so happy when you came to the open house. I love you forever, Dad.
After that, it seems like Felicity headed to her parents' house. But as soon as she arrived, she got an earful from her parents, who heard the whole situation from me and Sana. I guess Sana's grandfather kept his promise and gave Felicity a hard time. Shortly after that, we got divorced. I got sole custody of Sana, so now we're enjoying life with just us two. My ex-wife is being watched closely by her parents, while she works night and day to pay her child support and emotional damages. Maybe her new lifestyle was tough, because she tried to text us and get back into our lives. But after we both ignored her, she settled down again. After we started our new lives, Sana was humming cheerily as she packed her mother's belongings in the corner of the room. I asked her what she was doing. She told me that there was no need for them now that her mother was gone. She was sorting through Felicity's belongings with a joyous smile on her face. Part of me felt rage towards my ex-wife for mistreating Sana so badly that she felt this way. But I also felt ashamed of myself for not seeing it all sooner. From now on, I want to make sure my daughter will never go through anything like this again. I want to give her enough love to make up for her lost mother.